Hi, I'm Joni Patry, and welcome to my YouTube channel. Well, today I want to talk about the month of April because with so much going on, everyone wants to know, when will this COVID-19 crisis be over? At least in the United States or Europe, because this is where it's starting to hit the strongest. And let me just fill you in right away, because there are going to be increments of change that are going to bring us closer to light at the end of this tunnel. But just to be very candid with you, probably this entire thing is not going to be completely over for a long time. And I think that the time that it really shifts and changes to the point where we're operating where we're not, full of fear and all of the things that are going on, it's probably not going to happen till September. But let me give you the increment times where there's going to be a big release. One of the times will be around April 22nd. Why? Because Rahu, being in the nakshatra Ardra is the nakshatra that deals with tragedy. And this was in due part of why this all happened at this time frame. Yes, we're able to predict this time frame as to something that dealt with sadness, with fear, with tragedy that would come about. At this time, February, March was the time frame that I've been talking about for so long because of Rahu's placement in Ardra while Ketu's placement was in Mula. But when Rahu shifts out of Ardra, April 22nd, there will be light at the end of the tunnel. Trust me, we'll begin to see the light. Things will begin to change and get better. But throughout this month of April, we have Mars transiting with Saturn in Capricorn. And beginning the 29th of March, Jupiter aligns with Mars, Pluto, Saturn, all in Capricorn. And this is going to be a massive rebuilding. Yes, Jupiter, whenever it is in Capricorn, its debilitation sign, I might add, it deals with the economy so many times. Now remember, please remember, I'm talking about sidereal Vedic astrology, not Western tropical. So the placements are different. The placements fall back. But you're going to see the results that this is so much about what? Capricorn, money, finances, government. That's what's going on now. It's a big breakdown of the past. This is all happening for a divine reason. We can't see it right now, but I promise you something amazing is going to come out of this. I kept saying, because this is the year of a spiritual awakening, when Jupiter and Ketu came together in January in Sagittarius. This is all about spirituality and truth. And the last time that they were together in Sagittarius, and they conjoined, it was the year of 1889. In 1889, there was an amazing similarity to what's going on now. There was a spiritualist movement. I've talked about this many times. That was the time that Madame Blavatsky and the Theosophical Society came into being. Even the Unity Church, there was an amazing spiritual revolution going on. Emerson, Thoreau. And then also at that time, there was another pandemic. Another thing at that year was the discovery of electromagnetic waves. And now we are going to have another time of great discovery. Yes, we have this terrible pandemic going on right now, but something beautiful is going to evolve out of this, trust me. And it involves what? Healing. This is all about health. We are in a crisis where we're looking at the means and possibility of what this crisis, how it originated, how to cure it. And in the process, we will probably accidentally discover some of the most amazing cures ever. Because through working with energy, this is how we're going to heal the planet. And that's what's going to evolve out of this. It may come out accidentally, because realize radiation does kill cancer. Now, it kills many things in the body, but what we're discovering by accident of discovering one thing, we find cures accidentally for other things. So understanding energy, maybe it's got something to do with this 5G energy. One way or another, I'm not going into all of the cause or rhyme or reason, because I want everyone to really recognize what this time is about. And it is not about blaming anything or anyone. It's about this happened for a divine reason. What are we here to gain from this? How can we grow from this? Because this is an amazing opportunity for spiritual growth. And that's what we're here for. That is what we're here for. So the people that are hoarding, full of fear, think there's not enough, they're going to destroy themselves. And they will never have what they want or need. Why? Because they don't think there's enough to go around. They're poverty conscious. But when you realize that this is the time that we can look within and realize what it is in that fear-based consciousness that has prevented us from realizing our goals, our destination, opening our heart and having the lives we want, having joy and happiness and love. How do we achieve that? Well, this is the opportunity where you can find that, because I'm going to give everyone a little bit of a meditation that I know will change your life profoundly if you listen. But let me go through a few more of the astrological things happening, and I will give you the meditation that you need right now. So what else is happening? We have a Kala Sarpa Yoga going on this whole month. On and off, the moon goes in and out. What is Kala Sarpa Yoga? It's when all the planets are on one side of Rahu and Ketu. This is intense. It represents an incredibly intense karmic time on the planet. This is our karma. This is what we have evolved into. This is what we have caused through all of our angers, resentments, fears, all the negative emotion that has surfaced that's caused separation. And so now the laws of nature are in effect to cause a healing, to bring us together, because we have become so polarized and isolated and blaming everything out there for the conditions we're in. Take that power back and ask yourself, what am I doing that's contributing to this fear factor? This is where you're going to change this. This is where we can come together and make a difference and change things as light workers to help humanity. So the Kala Sarpa Yoga means everything is really intense. But here's one thing I do know about Kala Sarpa Yoga. For those individuals that have it in their charts, their lives are the biggest roller coaster ride ever. Highest highs, lowest lows. But one thing, rest assured, that whenever they hit rock bottom, they rise to a much higher position than they were before. And that's what I think these times are going to bring us to. It's going to rise us to a much better and higher position than we ever were before. But everything that is destructive and bad is being surfaced so it can be eliminated right now. People are reacting out of instinctual fear, and we have to realize that's not the way to be. So April 22nd, we'll see the light. That's when Rahu shifts out of Ardra. Then May 11th through the 14th, realize that this is another kind of backpedaling, backtrack. Why? Because Venus, Jupiter, and Saturn, within those few days, turn retrograde. What is retrograde? You got to go back and fix something. Something you have to repeat, review, reflect, reanalyze. And with that energy, that will be a cure. That will be something where we're going to find answers. Venus is in Taurus. Taurus is all about money, but as it goes backwards, then we got to figure out how the economy is going to work, because with so many businesses that are paralyzed right now, anything to do with hospitality, travel, these are really taking a hit. It's not going to be over with in a month. It's no way. So the stock market, so many are predicting we're going to have the worst crash ever and be like the Great Depression. I disagree. But I do think that these businesses obviously are going to take some time to recoup their losses and rebuild. But at the same time, the stock market is still going to be volatile. It's not going to hit rock bottom and stay down. It's going to go down, up, down, up. And right now in April, with Mars hitting Saturn, yes, there's going to be, especially the 31st of March and April 1st, there's going to be an incredible setback. That's what this means, an incredible setback with government, with people. We're going to see things we've never seen before happening this month. Yes, this is the month. And this is all because everything's gotten so out of hand. This is nature's way of bringing balance back to what? Government, politics, and the financial markets. They've been out of control for so long. So much money has been being printed that there's so many billionaires now in the world. Where is that money all going to go? I'm telling you, we're not going to have a financial crash that stays down. It's going to come back, but it's going to take a while. But you know, when I see it being back, it's going to be by February of 2021. Realize it's only a year. And by that time, I think any of the stocks that have hit rock bottom, the large ones that is, I wouldn't be investing in obscure stocks at this time, because the big guys buy up the small guys in cases like this. But I think in a year's time, if you just ride the wave with the stock market, you'll be glad you did, because it's going to take a while. But it's going to be up and down for a while. So keep yourself focused and balanced and just ride the wave. So I want you to know another thing. Coming up here, while Jupiter goes into Capricorn, it is debilitated. What does Jupiter in its debilitation sign mean? It means it is so weak it can't do anything for the economy. But here's the difference. Each and every time that Jupiter's been debilitated, going back every approximately 12 years, there's been something big happening with the economy. But this time we've got Saturn in Capricorn. Realize that all the planets are pretty much funneling through Saturn, being in its own sign of Capricorn. It's the final dispositor, except for Venus being in Taurus. These are in Earth signs. Really, what's Earth all about? The economy, money, how we make a living, how we put food on the table, roofs over our heads. This is what it's all about. So there's a restructuring with Saturn in Capricorn. Jupiter's focusing into it. So is Mars. This is what was needed for a long time to cause a reset and to recalibrate everything that we needed in our government. This is a blessing in disguise. Realize this. So this is going to produce a whole nother way of how we handle money. Yes, we will. Banks, stock markets, everything's about to change, initiating from this time. And eventually, it will be much better. It's going to take some time, but it's going to be much, much better. So we have a rebuilding with the government throughout this month, and especially even in May while everything is retrograde. Now, April 3rd, Mars is in what we call a 6-8 relationship with Rahu, and 6th house, when it's 6 placements and 8 placements from one another. It's actually called a quincunx in Western astrology, deals with health. And the 6th house is health, 8th house is death. So that's what we're dealing right now. The possibility of curing, finding cures, but death. This is the possibility. That's where the fear really comes in. But let me remind everyone, not everybody dies with this. This is an over-exaggerated fear from this, although we don't know. Some people could, some people don't. We still have to take all the precautions to annihilate this disease by what? Staying home, doing the things that keep us where this will die out quicker. So the more we act on this, the more we're going to get rid of this. But April 3rd and then April 4th, Neptune and Mercury come together. We are not being told the truth right now on any accounts. Not from our government, not from the Chinese government, not from anyone. Neptune's deception, deceit, denial, illusion. Mercury's with it. And Mercury also deals with what? Not only communications, but traveling. We can't travel. This is a big setback. But do recognize that you may think you have the answer through listening to certain news or things about this disease. I don't think any of it's right on. We don't know. That's Neptune energy, and that's what's really creating the fear and a downslide in April. So April 5th, Jupiter will conjoin Pluto, 0 degrees of Capricorn. This is a major shift, explosive. We're going to see things in this government we've never seen. And as I keep telling you, everyone asks me, what about the next presidential election? And my answer is, we're not going to know who the president is. Things are about to change that are unprecedented. Ever. Wait and see how things evolve, especially by September when Rahu and Ketu shift signs and Mars goes retrograde. It's going to be another slew of events. But I don't think it's so much with this COVID-19, something different. April 7th, Uranus and Mars are going to be in a square aspect. This can cause some upsets. This shakes the earth. Sometimes it deals with earthquakes or storms. Be aware this adds another dimension to problems that's going on in the world. Yes, and then by April 22nd, that's where we're going to see some light. But April 22nd, this is also where we're going to have the new moon, and it's in Aries with Uranus. This means sudden, unexpected changes that will evolve out of this month and on into April. And on top of that, April 7th date, while we have Mars squaring Uranus, it is also a full moon in Virgo. Virgo's all about health and healing. We are getting serious and getting closer and closer to finding a cure or a vaccine or something to treat this and stop the spread of this terrible COVID-19 virus. So then I'm looking at April 25th. April 25th is significant because this is the day that Uranus conjoins the Sun. Now this does happen once a year, but it is always a shift and an awakening. Uranus is called the Great Awakener. So it is awakening us all to a new way of looking at our world and our life. Take advantage of this. So with that, I want you to really start looking at how we can change within our own life. Use this as an opportunity to heal. And let me give you what I feel like can drastically change your life. I've been telling people to do this meditation, and if you can do it for 5 minutes, it's going to make a difference. The longer you do it, the better, but please try this out. Still your mind. Find peace, quiet, and breathe. Remember, breath work eliminates fear, because what happens when we're afraid? We breathe really shallow. And the great gurus would always say, change your breath and you change your consciousness. So with this fear, people are breathing very shallow. So I want you to take a deep breath, and when you inhale into your heart. And while you're making this deep inhale, think about the people you love. Think about the things you love. Think about the beauty and love of this planet, because it is so beautiful. Breathe in, and most of all, when you're breathing in, breathe in gratitude. That is the feeling and the emotion that heals the most. So breathe in the sense of love and gratitude for all that you are in gratitude to in this world. And when you exhale, send that energy, love and appreciation out to the world. And as you do this, you have no idea the effects it's going to have on the consciousness and the effects of everything that is occurring right now in this world. Do this, and do this at least 5 minutes. And eventually what you will find is you will breathe in and breathe out daily throughout the day, not just 5 minutes, with this intention and with this breath work. And as you do this, I guarantee you will have a profound change in your life that will even start to reflect and vibrate through the world. And this is the kind of world we want to create and live in. We have this opportunity right here and now. Take this time to do this. And you see, with this energy and with so many people coming together, we're forced to come together now to heal the planet. With this energy, I am so optimistic that something beautiful will evolve out of this unforeseen nightmare that's affecting all of us. So I believe that this is going to bring a realization of all the negativity that we have been creating. It's going to help merge people together, bring awareness, higher consciousness, and I think it's going to heal not only what's going on in the world, that's a large thing to heal, but heal yourself, because that's the only thing you have control of. Work on yourself. When you come from this place with gratitude and appreciation and love in your heart, there's no such thing as lack. There's no such thing as limitation. And there's no such thing as disease. So this is what we're here for. We are here in the most magnificent time on planet Earth. Look and see what you can do. Also, one more thing, pay attention to your dreams. I don't know if you have, but I have been having the most vivid dreams about people from the past, giving me so much information, because I believe the veil is thin right now, and the other side, all the spirit world, is wanting to help us, bring us to light and awareness. And I believe that's where we will go, to light and awareness, to helping one another and enjoying the beauty and prosperity that this planet does hold for us. So with that, I'd like to close. If you would like more information on me, or you'd like to sign up for a consultation, go to my website, which is galacticcenter.org. Or if you would like to study Vedic astrology with me, I have an online university. Check it out, which is University of Vedic Astrology.com. Thank you.